Good.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. And correction with me, I've known Virginia for so long. Her name is Virginia Manner now. Okay, hi,
Thank
Virginia,
you.
and I know, and it's been a long time you've been Virginia Manner.
Right.
And married to Dennis. Okay, and Terry, glad to have you on board here.
Thank you for inviting me.
And both of you were, I guess, officers of the Motherlode Tea Party. Is that correct?
Motherlode Tea Party Patriots,
Okay.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
And you were the vice
Vice chair.
Vice President, I'm the president.
Okay. And Terry, how long have you been the president?
Since we incorporated 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now.
Okay. So you incorporated. Let's first. What is the Tea Party?
Well, let's go back for a little background.
Okay.
It actually started at the Cowboy Saloon, Ron Schofield's Cowboy Saloon out in Fiddletown. There was a calling of minds, Jack Vining and Austin Ford and a number of people to come out because we were concerned about what was happening with the government and how the Constitution was being trampled. And they had gone to meetings over in El Dorado County and Placerville, and there were already numerous Tea Party Patriot groups. There had also been a big rally at the state capitol, a rally to get people involved in their government again and not just stay home and stay involved in their lives, because their whole freedoms were starting to erode. And so we had this meeting, and everybody sort of took a piece of what needed to be done, whether it was outreach, speakers. Terry took on all of our shirts and logos. We had a treasure. We actually got a website.
Okay. Let me ask you a few questions here to Virginia. What is like this Tea Party? I kind of understood it stands for like taxed enough already. Is that correct?
Correct.
Or is that just something that,
Exactly. And we believe in fiscal responsibility.
Okay.
American exceptionalism. In other words, small businesses are the base of our healthy economy. Leave them alone. Let them grow.
Okay, and then
And support
we
our
have a
founding
short time, so
fathers.
I don't want to lead you around, but I want to touch on a few things.
Yes.
So, the Tea Party, is that just a Republican thing?
No.
No, we've had Democrats, independents, everybody comes to the Tea Party. I mean, less Democrats because,
Okay.
you know,
Would I
but
be
mostly
correct in saying, to a large degree, it happened it was starting to form up during the final years of the Bush administration?
Correct.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
of the overspending and
Yes.
and the fiscal
The
irresponsibility.
Correct. Exactly.
Yes. Both parties seem to be losing their way. And that's what brought these people out there, is the fact that we were losing our freedoms, and it seemed like the elitists were taking over in both parties. And that's what kind of drove the mission, is, you know, the people need to speak up and start protecting their rights, and that's where we went to.
Okay. Now, it was reported in a lot of the news, and I think a lot of people have an idea, and I think you touched on it, that a lot of people that are in the Tea Party were never involved in politics before.
Absolutely not.
No.
Most of them had never been involved in any movement. We found the first meeting we had people out on the streets. They couldn't even get in. And sort of a sub-group went over to the park and met because
I
they
remember
had a
covering that
common
meeting.
cause.
Yes, sir.
In the second meeting we had, over 450,
Yes.
500 people out at the fairgrounds from various counties and other states
Yeah,
that
we
happened
didn't know
to
what
hear
we had.
about us.
We had no idea what
It
we
was
had.
amazing, the concern that people came forth saying, we know we haven't been involved, but we want to do something now. It's so important.
Okay, so was it your, did you think that the Tea Party was catching on and getting a lot of notoriety?
Absolutely. Of course, you know, we were speaking up, so those in power had to condemn us. I mean, the first thing you do is you attack your
The
opponents.
Republicans were not supportive.
And we were actually opposing the establishment of this bureaucracy in Washington we see. And, you know, we wanted to speak up. And they don't like that, apparently.
Okay, so I guess what I kind of hear in there was that you were saying, like, I guess the idea of the establishment Republicans don't like the Tea Party very much.
No,
either.
they don't want us to rock the boat. You know, they want business as normal. And, I mean, I will say, you know, our congressman now Congressman McClintock has been very friendly to the Tea Party, has supported us, has even through the process of getting our tax exempt process, he and Congressman Lundgren stepped in and really fought the bureaucracy of it, because I had been on the phone trying to make it happen and couldn't. So they used their force, congressional force, to do so.
I'm not sure if any of that was helping. I mean,
Well, this
it
is
sounds
before
to me like-
everything
well,
else blew apart.
Let me now go on. I don't know what we'll get into or whatever, but I had pulled down the Inspector General's report
Oh, yes.
yesterday, and to give accolades where they're due is off Mark Levin's Facebook page, Mark Levin Show Facebook page, and Mark Levin, who has Landmark Legal Foundation,
Yes.
first wrote a letter to the Inspector General, bringing this, I think, to the attention. Then about 3 months later, Congressman Ice's
Correct.
group had sent a letter also to the Inspector General, and then it started getting more notoriety. And this was in March. Levin's original letter was March 23rd, 2012.
Right.
And I don't think the Inspector General was looking at any of this prior to this letter. That's,
Well,
I think maybe,
Yeah,
I
I'm
could
not
be wrong.
I'm not sure, because when we were going through this process, I finally had to call the agent, and he says the determination was yet to be made by the higher-ups. Now, I don't know who the higher-ups are.
They wouldn't tell us, and they strung it out
Well, we can-
for
Yeah,
almost
we can-
2 years before they would give
Yeah.
us a tax exempt. What he told me was, now, if you were an organization that had spaying for kittens, we'd give you your status in
Right,
2
so-
weeks.
okay, so,
And
I
he
mean-
said, but we won't give you a date,
Okay.
which we will
Well,
give
this
you
is
status.
I'm just going to reach over here. Here's the timeline. This is the timeline that is comprehensive, the comprehensive timeline. This is page 1, and this begins in the report, page 31 of the report, goes to 41. You can see there's quite a lot of boxes in here that are things that are happening in the timeline. But let's go back to say what happened. And so it seems like in 2010, let's just take the short list. In 2010, the Determinations Unit, searching for other requests for tax exempt involving the Tea Party patriots, and let me go to a line in here where it says this task force was basically, or this unit started because it was looking for ways to handle the emerging Tea Party phenomenon,
Presence and
or
phenomenon.
the large amount of Tea Party
And also
groups that
conservative
started coming.
groups, not
Yeah.
just Tea Party, but also conservative
Well, it starts
groups.
off with, they were firstly for Tea Party, then Patriots, then 9/12,
Yes.
then We the People, or
Yes.
Take Back the Country. It seems by 2011, the organizations involved with political lobbying or advocacy for exempting under, based on concerns the director raised in 2011, the criteria changed to political action type organizations involved in limiting, expanding government, educating on the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, concerns that the July 2011 criteria was, seemed that they thought that was too general at that time. That was in January of 2012, but this first starts off in April, or make that February of 2010. And point out, I mean, your group, what with being Patriots, Tea Party, and just once again in here that you were a group. I can remember when you came on, and so you're going to high school, and you're going to inform some of the kids about.
Not only that, but we
Constitution.
gave our junior high students who have to study the Constitution, we gave over 400 pocket constitutions. We gave the teachers the CD teaching guide and their resource, and we donated that to the schools
During
along
Constitutional
with
Week.
flags.
And, I've been to tape several of the Tea Party things. It seems to me you guys always went out of your way saying, we're not pushing any candidates.
It
We're
wasn't
not
our
telling
job.
you to vote for.
Wasn't
No.
our job.
We're here to educate, and we're going to
Right.
bring information your way, and you guys decide.
You make the
That's right.
decisions.
Exactly right. We were meant to educate, to inform the public of what the press and the other parties weren't telling us. We wanted to get the people to be informed voters and to be more active in their government. That was our purpose. It is the purpose of the parties to project and to move candidates along.
And
it was not
policies.
our job. We did have forums, but we invited all candidates. Not all of them came. Democrats wouldn't want to come for some reason. We had Democrats out there in the membership. But that was our purpose. We felt we were trying to serve the community, educate them so they had informed decisions to make when they come to vote. The judge forum, for instance, unpartisan. But we felt that people needed to know which judge they needed to, and they got that.
Okay, we're going to take a break, then we're going to come back, and we're going to try to keep this, related to the specific Tea Party right here in Amador County. And so stay with us. We'll be back.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Tom Slivick with Virginia Manner and Terry
Nielsen.
Okay, and Terry, I have a list of the questions that you have because you brought this in and kind of provided this. And, you seem to get a shorter list.
Yes.
And we're going to get into that for a second. But, everyone's hearing, now on a lot of newscasts and things like that are some of the questions that were being asked. And this is what the 7 questions identifies as where necessary, and this was by the IG. Request the names of donors. Request a list of issues that are important to the organization and ask that the organization indicate its position regarding such issues. Request the roles and activities of the audience and participants other than members in the activity, and 2, the type of conversations and discussions members and the participants had during the activity. Ask whether the officer, director, etc. has run or will run for public office. That's kind of mind reading there. And request the political affiliation of the officer, the director, the speakers, candidates supported. Otherwise refers to the relationship with identified political party-related organizations. Requests information regarding employment other than for the organization, including the hours worked. Requests information regarding activities of other organizations, not just the relationship of the other organization or the applicant. So, and the list actually goes on. There's a few other things that in the report but aren't on that summary.
Right.
Now, Tea Party is formed here, and I believe I asked you a little earlier to see if I could get some. Was it May?
In May of 2010, I believe, is when we started. It was well before the election, I know, in
It was
Fiddletown.
9, but
It might have been at 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well before
May
the
9.
2010 election.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so on November, I believe, of 2010 is when you put in your application.
Yeah, we incorporated, we elected officers, we filed for our tax exempt status, and that's when that's when we became official. Is
Okay.
2010.
I'm going to read a few of these questions.
Okay.
I could probably read. Basically, the first are asking for your forms, so things like that. Provide a hard copy printout of your organization's website. Print all the pages as requested. Should your organization promote or publicize itself using internet, social media, Facebook, etc.? Do you directly or indirectly communicate with members of legislative bodies? If so, provide copies of written communications and the contents. And then we can go down here. Based on the information submitted, it appears you have established a committee to review upcoming legislation, which provides summary information on the proposed legislation and a call to action and recommendations on how to vote on the issues.
Yeah, we got a group of people together and studied the propositions, both in 2010 and 2012.
Okay.
And published our-
I was just going through
But
that.
we made no recommendations. We had sort of showed the Tea Party position and the actual
Okay.
proposition.
We'll leave that a minute, because I'd like to continue on with this. It says like the time, the location, and content schedule of each event. Identify and provide copies of handouts distributed. Identify, provide copies of workshop materials that instructors use. The names and credentials, the speeches or forums conducted in the event. Provide detailed contents of the speeches or forums, names of the speakers or panels. And I guess we're just going to go on. We won't have our last break. I guess I'm going to ask you, was this, you had to fill this out under penalty of perjury?
Yeah, and only had 3 weeks to respond, or they would have thrown our $800 away and thrown our application away. And it took me about a week and a half and that much paper to do
About
it.
100 copies.
But I couldn't give them everything on this thing.
Okay.
Well, you wouldn't give donor names.
I couldn't and I wouldn't. Our donors, we don't take names, they throw their money in the hat.
Okay.
And the speeches, the speakers come, we don't take that documentation.
We're kind of running out of time.
Okay.
Do the members, do they feel intimidated? Do you feel intimidated?
Oh, I did. I had to fill out all this paperwork. Absolutely. I mean, it was supposed to be a 90-day process.
And, I asked
And they
you,
gave
and you
3
got your
weeks.
final in August of 2012,
Yeah,
Right.
finally.
and you put in for November 2010. All of the Tea Party groups, 100% of them were looked at according to the
Yes.
copy that
Correct.
from the IG's report. So did that chill out the Tea Party towards the end?
Yeah, I don't think it's why we're taking a break now, but yes, it was very chilling. But that was not going to stop us.
The election was a hard knock to take. Although we didn't feel we were represented real well presidentially with the candidates, it was, people worked and really got themselves geared up for it, and were very disappointed. And then we went into flu season and Christmas and
Okay.
Poison Oak and
And
Terry's
now we're running
case.
out of time season, so the
Yes.
Tea Party's a little relaxed right now, but
Yes.
you're coming back.
Absolutely,
Okay.
and we need
Oh, well,
people to get involved.
Thank you for coming and giving us this
it.
information, and we have to go. Thanks for watching
Thank
TSPN.
you.
We'll see you again next time.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.